Welcome, everyone. One of the best ways to prepare for the IELTS speaking test is to see it in action. That's exactly what we're doing today with this complete mock test from Spinta. As you listen, think about what the candidate does well and where they could improve. Afterwards, we'll compare notes with a full performance breakdown. Let's begin.
Good morning. Can you tell me your full name, please?
Good morning. My name Amir Reza. Amir is first name and Reza is family name.
Thank you. Where are you from?
I am from a city called Shiraz. It is in south of my country. I have been living here since 2 years, but I was born in a small village near there. The city is quite old and has many gardens and interesting places, and I like it because memories of my childhood are still around.
Right. Let's talk about your home and family. Do you live in a house or an apartment?
I live in a flat on 3rd floor with my parents and my little sister. The flat is not very big, but it is comfortable for us. It have 2 bedrooms, 1 small living room, and kitchen. I like the view from balcony because I can see the mountains in morning when sun come up.
How long have you lived there?
We moved there about 5 years ago. Before that, we live in another area that is more noisy. Moving was good because here is more quiet, and my sister, she can play outside in safe place. Also, neighbors are friendly and they help when someone needs something.
What do you enjoy most about your home?
What I enjoy most is cooking with my mother in weekend. She cooks traditional food and I try to help. We talk a lot and sometimes we listen to old music. It is very relaxing and makes me feel connected to family. Also, it is convenient to go market from home, only 5 minutes walking.
Okay, now about your family. How many people are there in your immediate family?
There are 4 people in my immediate family. My father, my mother, my sister, and me. My mother, she work at home, and my father is teacher in a school. He have been teacher for many years, and he enjoy teaching children. I think it helps our family very much.
Do you see your extended family often?
Not so often because some of them live in other cities. But on important holidays, we meet and visit grandparents and uncles. When we meet everyone, there is a lot of food, music, and talk. For me, it is very nice because I see cousins and we remember old stories. I think family ties are strong in our culture.
Right. Let's move on to work or study. Are you working or studying at the moment?
I am working now. I work in a small IT company as support technician. My job is to help customer with computer problems and to manage some network things. I started this job 2 years ago. After I finished college, I study computer science, but I am not go to university for higher degree yet. Maybe in future I will try for master.
What do you like about your job?
I like problem-solving part. When a client phone and say their system crash, I try to find reason and fix it. It gives me satisfaction when things work again. But sometimes it is stressful because clients are hurry and they want instant solution. Also, I learn new software every time, and that is good for my career.
Is there anything you dislike about it?
Yes, the working hours can be long. Sometimes I need to stay late. The salary is not very high, and this is a big problem for me. I also feel that few opportunities for promotion in small company, so maybe one day I will look for bigger company or start training to be developer.
Okay, now let's talk about hobbies and free time. What do you do in your free time?
In my free time, I enjoy reading and playing football with friends. I am really enjoy to reading, especially mystery novels and science fiction and sometimes history books. I read about 1 or 2 books per month. For sport, we play every Saturday in park. It is good exercise and social time.
Why do you like reading?
Reading led me to escape from daily routine and think about different world. Also, it improved my vocabulary. Sometimes I read online articles about technology because it is related to my job. I have been avid reader since I was child, and my mother, she used to take me to library on weekends. Those memories make me keep reading.
How has your use of free time changed since you were younger?
When I was younger, I spent more time playing outside and less time on phone. Now I work and sometimes I feel tired, so I watch videos or scroll social media. But I try to manage time better and put reading and exercise in my schedule. It is not easy, but I think is important for mental health.
Right. Tell me about your daily routine. What is a typical weekday like for you?
I wake up about 7, have quick breakfast, and go to work by bus. Work start at 9 and finish about 6. During lunch, I eat with colleagues in small cafe near office. After work, sometimes I go to gym or meet friends for football. In evening, I cook or my mother prepare dinner, and we eat together. I try to study English 1 hour before sleep.
Do you plan to change your routine in the future?
Yes, I want to have more study time and maybe go to university again. I think it will help me to find better job and maybe move abroad. I also want to wake earlier and have more time for exercise because health is important. But balancing work and study is difficult, so I need to plan carefully.
Okay, now some questions about future plans. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I hope to be working as software developer or system engineer in a bigger company. I want to improve my skills and maybe finish master degree, if I can afford it. Also, I hope to travel to other countries for work and learn new culture. Family plans, I think maybe to get married, but it is not decided yet.
Why is that goal important to you?
It is important because better job means more stability and chance to grow. Also, I want to feel proud of my work and make my parents happy. Work that challenge me is motivating, and I like to solve technical tasks. Improving English and going abroad are part of that plan. I think experience overseas will be very useful.
Right. That is the end of part 1. Now I will give you a topic for part 2. Here is your card. You have 1 minute to prepare. You will speak for 1 to 2 minutes, and I will ask a couple of questions after that. Describe a memorable trip you have taken. You should say where you went, when you went, who you went with, and explain why the trip was memorable.
Okay. I will talk about a trip to Isfahan city that I took with my family about 3 years ago. We go there in spring when weather was nice and flowers were bloom. I went with my parents and my little sister, and it was first time my sister saw the big bridges and old buildings. We stayed 3 days in small hotel near the river, and I remember walking on long bridges at evening when lights turn on. One day we visit a big bazaar, and I buy some souvenirs and spices. The architecture was beautiful, with tile work and arches. I never see that before, and I felt like time travel. Also, we eat traditional food there, and it was very tasty. I remember a sweet dish that my sister, she liked very much. The trip was memorable because we spent rare time together without worry of work, and everyone was happy. My father took many photos, and my mother, she tells stories about her childhood and how she visited same place when she was young. For me, it was special because after that I feel closer to family and I learn more about our culture and history. I think that trip helped me to relax and recharge, and I keep those memories when I feel stressed in daily life. I think my time is up.
Thank you. Where exactly did you stay in the city?
We stayed in small hotel near the riverbank. Not very expensive, but clean. Room have simple furniture and window facing the water, and at night we can hear slight sound of water and people walking. It was cozy, and morning light come into room and wake me up gently.
Why do you think traveling with family is different from traveling with friends?
Travel with family is different because you connect on different level. may be more calm, and you talk more about memories. With friends, you do more activities, and maybe more late nights and fun. Also, family travel can be more planned and slower because you think about everyone's comfort. Both are good, but for me, family trip is more meaningful and give feeling of belonging.
Interesting. Now we move to part 3. I'd like to ask some questions about travel and tourism and its effects. Do you think travel is important for people nowadays?
Yes, I think travel is important because it expands your view and you learn about other people and customs. When you travel, you see different ways of living, and that make you more open-minded. Also, travel can be education, you learn history and language, and sometimes it helps people to relax from busy life. In my country, travel was not common for many people before. But now, more people can travel because cheaper flights and internet make planning easy.
How has tourism changed in your country in recent years?
Tourism changed a lot. There is more domestic tourism, and also foreign tourists come to see our historical sites. Governments invest in restoration of monuments and infrastructure improve. But also, there are big crowds in some places, and that cause pollution and strain on local services. I think balance is needed to keep heritage safe and also allow people to benefit economically.
Do you think there are problems when many tourists come to a place?
Yes, problems exist. For example, local prices can increase, and residents feel inconvenience. There is also environmental damage like rubbish and erosion in natural sites. Sometimes local culture is changed to please tourists, and authenticity is lost. But tourism provides jobs and income, and if managed well, it can be sustainable. My city is seeing both good and bad things at the same time.
What can governments do to manage tourism better?
Government can make rules about number of visitors and fragile sites, invest in waste management, and public transport to reduce car use. They also can educate tourists about respect for culture and environment, and provide funding to local communities so they get benefit, not only big companies. Planning and involving local people is important, so tourism is fair and help preserve places.
Right. Do you think technology has changed the way people travel?
Yes, technology changed travel a lot. People can book flights and hotels online, read reviews, and use maps easily. Social media make places famous quickly, and this can be both good and bad. Also, translation apps help to communicate, and mobile payments make shopping easier. But sometimes technology make people watching more than experiencing. They take many photos and not enjoy moment. It is balance again.
How do you think travel will change in the future?
In future, travel may be more environmentally aware, with electric transport and better regulations. Also, virtual reality and online experiences might give people taste of places before they go. But I hope people still travel physically because real encounters with people and food and weather cannot be replaced. Maybe fewer mass tours and more small group or local experiences will be trend to keep place authentic and reduce harm.
Now a hypothetical question. If you had unlimited money, how would you travel?
If I had unlimited money, I would travel slowly to many countries, live like local for some months to learn language and culture. I would not just stay in hotels, but rent small houses, meet neighbors, maybe volunteer in community projects. I would also support local businesses and try to avoid causing damage. Money allows comfort, but I prefer meaningful travel, where I learn and give back something.
Okay. Finally, do you think travel helps people understand global issues?
Yes, travel exposes people to different realities. You can see poverty or environmental problems, and that make you aware of global issues. Meeting people from other countries can change stereotypes and increase empathy. But travel alone is not enough. People need to reflect and act after seeing things, otherwise it is only tourism without deeper understanding.
Right. That is the end of the speaking test. Thank you very much, I see. We will finish now.
The candidate demonstrated Band 5.5 level performance. Notable grammatical errors included saying I have been living here since 2 years instead of I have been living here for 2 years, and saying I am go to university for higher degree instead of I will go to university or I am going to university. Another error was my mother, she used to take me to library, which should be my mother used to take me to the library. These errors occurred frequently throughout the test and were often repeated in different responses, but they did not prevent overall understanding. Fluency was limited by hesitations, pauses, and some self-corrections. For example, I am really enjoyed reading, and then continuing with, and filler words. Vocabulary was adequate for everyday topics, but limited in range, and sometimes imprecise, with repeated use of words like very big problem and nice, instead of more specific adjectives. Grammatically, the candidate showed ability to produce basic sentence forms and narrate events, but struggled with verb forms, articles, and prepositions on many occasions, which lowered accuracy. The pronunciation was generally understandable, though some words were unclear and word stress was sometimes incorrect, requiring listeners to infer meaning. This performance was placed at Band 5.5 because communication was possible and ideas were developed, but there were frequent basic errors in grammar, limited vocabulary range, and noticeable hesitation which affected coherence. To reach a higher band, the candidate would need more accurate use of tenses and articles, wider vocabulary to express ideas precisely, and improved fluency with fewer long pauses and fillers. Practice producing longer stretches of speech with correct verb forms and targeted vocabulary study would most directly help move to Band 6. Thank you for practicing with this IELTS speaking mock test. Visit Spinta for more comprehensive mock tests and personalized feedback to boost your IELTS score.